Hello, Ilan.
Hi, Mara.
I'm running a clinic in the Romania, aesthetic clinic, and I just introducing a new technology in our clinic. So, first questions: how it's work, Ryu?
Well, to understand that, we have to understand how the body works. The body is designed to repair itself from the inside. Each time we have a deviation from the standard parameters of the body, there is a message sent to central organs, which are the brain, the heart, and the intestines, and they are sending messages back to repair the body. And that goes in a loop back and forth. We call it the biofeedback loop. That is how we maintain the balance, homeostasis, like we call it, and how we heal and we repair everything. If this mechanism functions well, we don't need anything. It's our internal doctor. Okay? Now, what happens with time? These loops deteriorate, the back and forth, and the body is not able anymore to repair us as it should be. And we had a problem. How can we repair the body without these loops? So we started to develop our external medicine. Instead of the body from the inside that repairs us, we have techniques from the outside. With science and technology, we evolved very quickly in the last 100 years, and we are able to do amazing things. Where the body fails to heal us, we can have external help, surgery, drugs, injections, etc., to heal us. Now, two major things happened. First of all, we understood that we have to improve our internal mechanisms. In the beginning, we started to do that with vitamins and rest and food supplements and yoga, etc., and it works. But recently, we understood these internal mechanisms on which we didn't have any control till now, that was bothering us. We didn't know what to do with it. Now we understand that scientifically how that works. We know that it works on electricity and on electrons, and we are capable with new technologies to work from the inside, not only from the outside. And the second point is we saw that working only from the outside, and certainly in chronic diseases, we come to a point where we have side effects, where we reach the limits of the external repair. So the body knows exactly how to repair us from the inside. And when this mechanism fails, we know now with technology how to repair that self-repair mechanisms. And this is the basis of Ryu.
Very interesting. So, Ilan, another question. What are the best indication in the aesthetic?
Well, in the aesthetics, we see the following. We see loss of volume. We see mainly of the muscles. The muscles lose volume, and they lose volume all over the body, not only in the face. And that means that the face becomes hollow. The muscles lose tone, so they cannot uphold the face, but the same thing for the body. The muscles in the body also lose that tone. So we must pull the face up with new strength of the muscle. And the third thing is we cannot relax anymore after each contraction like a child. So we need to find a way to relax the muscle after each contraction. Now we discovered that all this has to do with the connections between the brain and the muscle. The connections are two ways. One way that the brain talks to the muscle, but the second way is when the muscle talks to the brain to adjust itself. And this conversation goes in milliseconds, and every few milliseconds, there is another signal going back and forth. When they are not synchronized, we lose the power of the muscle. And that means we cannot lift the face. So we try to do that with surgery, with threads, etc., but it doesn't really work well because it's never vertical, it's never dynamic, and that never pulls on the bone, so we lose also bone. So we lose the tone, we lose the volume of the muscle, and we try to replace it with injectables, hyaluronic acid or others, but it's never the same because the muscle is dynamic and an injection is not dynamic. And then we try to mediate to that contraction, the residual contraction, by cutting the nerve off from the muscle chemically with the toxin. But in fact, we have to restore the communication so that the muscle relaxes after each contraction. And that brings us to a natural replacement of fillers, of liftings, and of all the toxins that relax the muscle. That's very important. Secondly, we have also an impact on the fibroblast of the dermis, which means that we renew the factory. It's not a thing to say, let's stimulate the factory to produce more, because it's an old factory and it will produce the old model, the model from the day that you were born, your birth date. You don't want that collagen. When our grandmother is 6 months older, she has produced totally new collagen, but it's from the same date that she was born, so she still looks old.
Yes.
We need to renew the factory so that the factory is capable of producing a model of 2025. And that's the moment when we can talk about new collagen. For the moment we say the word new collagen, but actually is the collagen that carries our birth date, and it's not new.
Thank you, Ilan.
Welcome.
I understood can also work for hair.
Of course.
How is it work?
Well, hair is the easiest of all because the hair follicles are very small, the connections are very tiny, so the repair goes very fast. And when we look at hair loss, we see that we have at least 11 categories of causes